This is Truth Testament number 42 from the messages received from higher beings. Our message today is part of the sacred texts which we will be bestowing on the human collective. These texts go back to the original man who was evolved from the dust, fire, air and water elements that lay eternally within your lands. It is important that you know these texts and not the story from your book known as the Bible. They go back far beyond those days when people were already being drawn into so-called religious circles of influence. These circles of influence were not pure, but mostly set up to keep control of the real ancient texts and knowledge. This will not sit well with the many already involved with these controlled indoctrinations, but we will be giving you the real truth and nothing but the truth. Our ancestry goes back to these times, as do your own. But as time passes, much of what was known to be the truth was eliminated. Many texts were destroyed in Alexandria, and along the way, many before that incident. But through the ethereal mist, nothing can be destroyed. Within the earth plane, whole cultures and influences can be forgotten because of the passing of time. When time is released as a control of human existence, then nothing will be destroyed ever again. It will all be held within the ethereal essence of creation. This is the time that is in expectancy. It is a time that will be of no time, and no deviation from source energetic influence. It is a time that we all look forward to for you all. The sacred texts are the knowledge basics that are not given to you now. You do not know of your real ancestry or your real essence of your oversoul, which is the real you. Sacred texts will become the basis of your education in the future. All schools, all methods of teaching will begin with the ethics and essence of the oversoul. This oversoul, your oversoul, has the domain of celestial grace. It does not exist in a polarity of structure. It is free and whimsical. You would call this stardust, for it does not always maintain the same exact form. Its base is an alchemical essence of grace and intelligence. This intelligence is not as you are presently taught of intelligence, but is infinite and does not require overseeing by an education system. It remains forever with its infinite source of knowledge and intelligence. When souls are born into the earth frequency, they require to be nurtured in the sense of being able to navigate their new earth bodies, but not to be taught how to think, pray, act, and become. It is all within the structure of the soul essence. What is required is the nurture, the acceptance, and the love for them to be able to emerge as they truly are, and what they are truly to do here in the earth environment. This is not happening right now, but as you join back again to the threads of your own soul essences, then you will begin to remember that everything is present from that birth moment. From that birth moment, nothing is required to be added to the soul that has arrived. This is not what you are now taught. We are suggesting that in your emerging futures, your education systems are totally deconstructed. And maybe this is the one thing that is required to be forgotten. When the soul arrives, it already has all the knowledge that it will require through its eternal connection to its soul. You may ask, but why does this not show itself? At this moment, within the earth plane field of influence is a construct which is mostly mental, but also somewhat physical. This cannot be seen as such, but it has grown so powerful and fixed that in a way it has a physical construct. So at this moment in time, as babies are birthed into your world, they are connected to this construct, almost like a barrier to their own knowledge and access to source. In some cases, occasionally, the construct is not as powerful, depending on many circumstances and energetic forces, but this rarely occurs. We will at some point in the future give you more details and understanding of these circumstances and how maybe these can be provided in order to birth more conscious individuals. These sacred texts will be your go-to for how to begin this new heart-based soul generation. They will include much on your so-called physical systems and how to look after them in order for your soul to take its holy place in your lives. You will also be given much of the information on energy conduits, which can be engaged within your own systems in order to produce more protective activity around you and engage in more healing and artistic pursuits. Much of this information is about living within holy order, or what we would say is within the grace of your spirit and oversouls. The next channelings we will give as part of the new texts, named as the sacred texts. Your unraveling of these will give you the blueprint for the conscious soul existences that many of you now want to experience. It is within your grasps, and we will be honoured to participate as you move further onto your soul paths. Thank you for listening. And should I apologise for that motorbike at a very particular moment when I was reading? I don't think I will apologise because it came with such a blast. I think it was about us unravelling these new texts. And from next week, I'm going to be channeling the sacred texts. I've actually been channeling the truth testaments for over a year. So it's taken since last August 2022, to get the 42 truth testaments. And now they're asking me to start channeling the sacred texts, which, as I've said, I will begin next week. So I will upload these as usual to the Facebook page, which is Earth Changers Messages from Higher Beings. That's where all 42 of the truth testaments are at the moment. I am slowly getting them recorded and put onto this channel, but I'm going to, I think, channel direct or receive these texts, the sacred texts, and then I will put them straight onto the channel, as well as putting them onto the usual Facebook page. So they will be available almost immediately. So subscribe and press the like button as well to help us get these texts, sacred texts, and the truth testaments all around the world. Thank you very much.